Whew. Welcome, people. Sunday afternoon. Not fully recovered from last night. I'll explain this. I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania last night, taking a baseball game. Ironically, the same team that they had played back in April when I went to Altoona to see Steven Strasburg's pro debut. Same two teams played last night. It was the first chance I had to see the improvements that they made to the ballpark there in Harrisburg. It's a wonderful place now. You know, looked a hell of a lot better than it had when I went 2 years ago out there. Anyway, um, game itself was fascinating. Um, I'll distill it the best way I know how. Um, they got players at Harrisburg. Danny Espinosa, who I've kind of talked about, is the guy that's going to really fill uh, in about a year or two. He'll be in Washington. He could be Ian Desmond's backup at shortstop. But he is as advertised. This is this is somebody you're going to be seeing. This ain't about 2 years in Washington. Anyway, and truth really was he had a two-run double. He was driving in 2 runs. He turned a double play there in the second, but he's good. He's advertised. I've said it before. The game itself got to be fascinating, to say the least. Harrisburg scored, I hope I get this right, 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fifth. Yeah, 2 in the fifth. 6, and 5 in the seventh. So, here's what happened, in essence. Game was just dragging on for so long. It got about 10:15. I know because I went with my brother. It got about 10:15. They had finished up the seventh inning, and they were starting the eighth. It was about 10:15. We had to leave. It's a 3-hour ride from Harrisburg to here where I live. It's a 3-hour ride. Up, 3 hours back. There was no way we were going to stay to the end of the game, even if it had ended sooner. As it turned out, by the time we walk out the gate and we go back to the parking lot, get in the car, get on the road to go home, it had already been the top of the eighth, and Harrisburg at that point was leading 11-8. Bottom of the eighth, it was now 14-8. And by this time, we were already on the road. Stop off at the convenience store in Carlisle. I had to stand there and make a piss stop. So in the time that it took for me to do my bathroom break, get a bottle of Gatorade so I'd be ready to have something to drink on the ride home, and waiting on my brother to go get his stuff. In all that time, what had been a 14-8 Harrisburg lead became 14-10, and nobody out. We get about 10 miles out of Carlisle, trying to listen to this on radio, terrestrial radio. Radio station in Harrisburg doing the game. Time we get to listen to that, and we find out it's tied at 14, and nobody out. Top of the night, and we're losing the signal. Completely lose the signal. So at this point, we don't know what happened. Found out this morning. Through an email. My brother sent me the link to the local paper in Harrisburg. They had the story. Final score of the game was 18-15. Altoona wins this Altoona, this is no lie, you scored 10 runs in the top of the ninth, and nobody is out. Well, the deciding factor on that had been uh, that there was a ball hit. The Altoona player, I forgot who it was, everybody that was still left in the stadium clearly saw this thing was foul along the left field line, just completely foul. The home plate umpire says, no, this is a 3-run homer. All hell breaks loose. Not a fight, but, all hell breaks loose. Managers get tossed out, all that. You think that's fun. Then it becomes a heroin ride, all the way back from the game. And to top this all off, we get about 10 miles from home. We're about 10 miles away from home. And there's a day, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't even say it's 1 o'clock. Well, yeah, I would too. I would say it was 1 o'clock in the morning. A little after 1. There's a deer. Literally standing in the middle of the road. Doing a good 60. I look up. First word out of my mouth is whoa. Second word out of my mouth is a louder whoa, because I'm now waiting to hear the sickening thud of a deer hit, and suddenly the deer, or you have this vision of the deer flying, and I get impaled by antlers. And luckily, the second time I stand there and say, well, my brother decides, okay, steers it away, swerves, had to be a good 3 feet to spare. If I'm lucky, 3 feet. And this was my Saturday night, folks. I could have spent it staying home watching the Nationals, though I find out the Nationals lose 2-0 last night. They're losing 1-0 right now as I'm watching. And it's still 1-0. And it's the top of the 7th. At least the Nats are batting. And who knows how this game will turn out. Game Friday night was interesting. At least Steven Strasburg got that one. So, anyway. So that is my little report on Saturday night that I spent. Oh boy! And here it is Sunday afternoon. I'm still a little out. I've been trying to replenish the body here, down Gatorade or anything else liquid I can get my hands on, and it just replenishes. You have days like this, folks. It happens. Anyway, we're done. I've said what I needed to say, so we will catch up to you. I feel a little better. This is no lie, folks. I really don't feel well. I may have to go out to eat, later, but I'm probably, oh God, I'm not gonna feel up to it. Why am I yawning? Shit. First time I've ever done that on the YouTube video, stand there and yawn. Well, there you go. You witness history. Hey, we'll catch up to you when I feel like it. So adios, you cocksuckers, and I'll catch up to you soon.